On the 4th of May 2022, captains of industry, senior pastors of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, dignitaries, among which were Her Excellency First Lady of Ogun State, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, and Pastor Mrs. Obi Ezekwesili, friends and well-wishers of Pastor Oluwadamilare Adeboye, converged at Redeemed Christian Church of God, Redemption City, to celebrate the ever-present and enduring legacy the Pastor Dare left behind. Pastor Mrs. Obi Ezekwesili, who was a special guest at the occasion, emphasized that economic growth is a route to tackle poverty, and that Pastor Dare was passionate about building lives that will build a better society.
So we sat for hours and we had such fascinating conversation. It's now I realize that it was my own goodbye, because we spent it was the longest time that we actually just sat and we were talking. So that was my goodbye. You know, what were we virtually discussing to execute? We were designing. I struck up this conversation with him and said, Pastor Dare, the most significant thing that is happening in the 21st century of our lives is a sea change in economic structures of the world. I said the economic structure of the world is changing phenomenally. I said disruptive technologies would have such an impact on human civilization, much more than the cumulative impact of what we saw with the agrarian revolution, with the industrial revolution, and even with knowledge revolution. I said to him that what would happen through the blockchain technologies, the AIs, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, what would happen with the algorithms and everything that has to do with all these disruptive technologies of all kinds would so transform our world. And I said, guess what? It's actually Africa's moment. I said, if Africa gets it, it would take Africa shorter time span than it took China to happen.
Her Excellency Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun spoke about the launch of the Dare Adeboye Foundation, whose vision is to see her world positively transformed and continuously drive social change for the development of all.
Change and development are the hallmarks of Pastor Dare's life, and with vision, passion, and foresight, he ensured that he deposited these elements in the lives of those he came across. Therefore, this forum is not just about discussing change and development, but also about how to find more ways to apply change and development in the lives of people around us, our communities, and the nations of the world. This is one of the ways we can truly honor his memory, by supporting and sustaining his legacy and his vision. Pastor Dare believed that education was a bedrock of any developed society, and that is why he provided educational support to as many people as possible.
What he believes in and the way he has been, his life has depended on this. So, not only as a pastor only, but we all know that Pastor Dare is someone that gives. He has sold his life completely to the youth, to the empowerment of the youth. And that's what led us to what we do today. He's someone that believes in the empowerment of the youth, he's someone that believes in the government, he's someone that believes in the education of the youth. He was paying a lot of school fees when he was alive, sending youth to school, to university, empowering them, and that was what led us to what we're in.
Pastor Adolu, the elder brother of Pastor Dare, said he sold his life completely to the youth through 4 major pillars: education, youth empowerment, kingdom expansion, and good governance. Dareadeboye reporting for AFRITREAS TV.